I'm in love with an IBM machine. He is the one to make my life serene. Any problems, click, click, click. My solutions come out quick. I'm in love with an IBM machine. Don't think it's just a whim. I can always count on him. Only one thing makes me sigh. We can never multiply. Results of my pulsations are cards and perforations. He likes my figure, obviously. Still he responds mechanically. There he stands, straight and bright, a hero filled with might. But if he'd ever date me, he'd not bend or mutilate me. Someday he will start to think he'll take me for his missing link. I'd frolic and I'd frisk, though it's a calculated risk. My sweet computer, I hope you're not a neuter. I'm in love with an IBM machine. My dancing is unique. Oh, how my muscles creak. In a discotheque, I nearly broke my neck trying to walk to see cheek to cheek. You say I should conform. I'm too far from the norm. So I'm a fool and not so cool, but I'd rather have a waltz to keep me warm. Oh, I'll be glad. Go, go when you're gone. Go, go, I cannot catch on. I'll be glad, glad when go-go is gone, gone. To be with the elite, you must get on the beat. But when I feel tribal, that's when I'm liable to wind up surfing on my seat. To swim or frug very much, you and your partner don't touch. When I tried it, he went. I'm going to invent me a new kind of dance called the clutch. Oh, I'll be glad. Go, go, when you're gone, gone. Go, go, I hope you keep on and just go, go, go until you're gone. Women, women, come and listen to me and keep your individuality. You know that housework is a bore. Don't be content to scrub that floor. Never let your anatomy predetermine your destiny. Take your talents off the shelf. Fulfill yourself. You owe it to the women of history, led by Susan B. Anthony. They wore their bloomers into town. Now are you gonna let them down? Gone, gone are days when we were bound by corset stays. Don't sit there on the shelf. Fulfill yourself. They say suburbia can be a jail for every unfulfilled female. We must use our education to ensure emancipation. That's gonna be my plan just as soon as I get a man. Take my makeup off the shelf. Fulfill myself. was a very young lass, I went to a folk music class. Learned a basic chord or two, went to a hoot to play me a few. I sat alone, then very soon a man asked me if we were in tune. He said he could tell by a pluck at my string, and then together we two might sing. He took his banjo out of its case. He played treble, I played bass. My experience with duet or band never did find me a busier hand. He liked my arrangement, rhythm and rhyme, said I could strum with him any time. I had to ask him to slow down a bit. He played down the neck like ne'er he would quit. He took my capo ne'er to return. Now at the hoots I sit there and yearn. I've been stuck at the end of my scale. That's my story. I've spun my tale. Once a man was destined from his date of birth to spread peace among the people all about the earth. Someone wasn't listening, the lesson wasn't learned. Violence still surrounds us, our ways have never turned. In days we call old-fashioned, they had their share of crime. Con men taught the kids to steal one at a time. Now that science has produced the speed of sonic boom, we can all take lessons in our living room. Watch it on TV, be sure to watch it on TV. You can learn to specialize in criminality. Any job that's worth a-doing is worth doing violently. For entertaining basic training, watch it on TV. A gang of kids got restless, were looking for some kicks. Lucky they had seen TV and knew some clever tricks. They hid behind a tree and jumped an old man in the park. He died next day, but oh, that escapade had been a lark. A man shot down his bookie when a debt he could not pay. Then he caught his girl to shove the casket in the bay. When the body surfaced, the girl did not repent. She said, if you'd have watched TV, you'd have learned about cement. Watch it on TV, be sure to watch it on TV. You can learn to specialize in criminality. Any job that's worth a-doing is worth doing violently. For entertaining basic training, watch it on TV. For little ones who are too young to go out now and kill, toys they're shown are educating them so that they will. Grenades that fly and bombs that fall and guns that really shoot. And don't those little lads in combat uniforms look cute? Each little boy wants to destroy like good commercials show. Then the nightly programs give them methods blow by blow. How can we teach our children to want peace upon the land if every kid at Christmas wants a weapon in his hand? Watch it on TV, be sure to watch it on TV. You can learn to specialize in criminality. Any job that's worth a-doing is worth doing violently. For entertaining basic training, watch it on TV. Come listen to my story now about old brother Dan. He preached and prayed like a righteous man, but he had a weakness for the ladies in frills. diamonds, whiskey, and $100 bills. His words rang out with a mighty sound. Folks in trouble came from miles around. They had a longing to be rid of their sin. Lord God Almighty, how the money rolled in. Dan told sinners, I'll set you free. Save your soul, send your dollars to me. He rang his toll when he sang that plea. Save your soul, send your dollars into me. Poor brother Dan didn't know that his fate would be set by a man with a 38. He got shot when he got caught with another man's wife. He didn't have the time to say a prayer for his life. Someone hollered for the sheriff when he came. The man who murdered for his woman took the blame. He said, I guess I lost my head. Couldn't think like I should. But if I hadn't got him, the devil would. Dan told sinners, I'll set you free. Save your soul, send your dollars to me. He rang his toll when he sang that plea. Save your soul, send your dollars into me. The man who stood accused had people's sympathy. A lawyer from the city said he should go free, and after 2 months of hard trial, the case was won. The jury all agreed he didn't mean what he had done. There were cheers from the crowd when he walked out a free man. Tears for that killer, but none for Dan. If only he had read the writing on the wall, he never would have done any preaching at all. Dan told sinners, I'll set you free. Save your soul, send your dollars to me. He rang his toll when he sang that plea. Save your soul, send your dollars into me. They met upon the mountain, the hour was midnight. The fiery cross was such a splendid sight. They promised to be good, protect Southern womanhood, long as they was Protestant and white. If you love the old times, can't abide the new, if book learning don't appeal to you, then be like my dad. Just 3 school years he had, and he's been Cyclops and Grand Goblin too. I'm so proud of my old man, a leader of the Ku Klux Klan. There ain't a thing to dread from that dear old pointed head, if you're lucky and you fit the master plan. Now bombing, fighting, lynching ain't considered nice. Sometimes we make that little sacrifice. Come get a great career, a pushing hate and fear. Buy your knighthood for a bargain price. Dressing up is fun on them nightly rides to town, impressing some and knocking others down. Our watchword is fright, while we've got dynamite, and hiding guns is easy under a gown. I'm so proud of my old man, a leader of the Ku Klux Klan. There ain't a thing to dread from that dear old pointed head, if you're lucky and you fit the master plan. Knocked off them nosy northerners, our revenge was sweet. Had a blast at a church on 16th Street. We've got books in being best in, tricks that are clandestine, and juries never let us know defeat. We've been 100 years building power you can't ignore. Looks like we'll be strong 100 more. Since we've been investigated, membership has elevated. Great God, we still might win the Civil War. I'm so proud of my old man, a leader of the Ku Klux Klan. There ain't a thing to dread from that dear old pointed head, if you're lucky and you fit the master plan. I want to write a topical song, set right the things that are wrong. People will repeat a message with a beat and think what you say is true if they can sing along with you. So I will write a topical song, be popular with the throng. I could sway opinions of the day, won't be too controversial, but I hear it's commercial if you write a topical song. Make the weak become strong. If you'd fight for left or right, a pen is mightier than a sword. And when you add a chord, well then you've got your topical song. Put things where they belong, but my plan has flaws, for I don't have a cause. When I do, I'll be effectual. They'll call me intellectual when I write my topical song. The older generation has slipped to second place. We get no veneration, they're laughing in our face. Half the world under 25 dictate songs and styles, don't know we're alive. There's no communication, we don't know what they say. When we catch on, they build a wall of words another way. The situation isn't worth the fuss. In 20, 30 years you won't distinguish them from us. Ah, ha, ha, ha. There seems to be a magical key to belonging in our society. Be birds of a feather, don't strain your tether. And whatever we do, we ought to do it together. I may be lax or have cranium cracks, but I'm not one to run around in packs. I don't blend in the soup. Whenever I try, I cannot group. I tried to be a beat, there I met defeat. I couldn't make it because I am so neat. So I tried ladies' bunches till I got sick on lunches where talk centered round profound apple crunches. I joined a protest line, there the cause was mine. Wouldn't you know, I'd forget my sign. My dilemma is big. When the others are zagging, I tend to zig. In futility, near instability, I joined a group designed for therapy. But I was apprehensive and on the defensive, and only for the therapist was it recompensive. I'm still going round in my hoop. Would you believe I flunked the group? This is a game, I'll always play the same. I just can't fit into a frame. My mind goes blankety blink. I frankly can't stand any more groupthink. I must unwind these ties that bind. Someday I will surely find a group of my very own, a group of us who want to be alone. Mr. Computer, find me a man. Punch out your notches, I'll use your plan. If you can send a man into space, you can surely send a fella over to my place. Falling in love is taking a chance, so I'm willing to try your programmed romance. Just filled out their questionnaire. I specified male prefer own teeth and hair. Mr. Computer, there's no way you can know how I feel, but you're the only one to find a cog to fit my wheel. If you'll blend two happy hearts, I'll feed you grade A paper and I'll oil all your parts. Big Bill was a lovable guy and clever to buy heck. Every time he'd need a dime, he'd just write a check. He did such fancy signing with that line pen. He'd fix it so we'd never go back to a place again. When he'd finish with the town, things wouldn't be the same. Wherever Bill went, people will remember him by name. Some old crank down at the bank saw the signature of Bill's. Call a cop, we gotta stop this guy, he's papering our hills. This little frail went down to jail to help him if she could. Filled with remorse, Bill swore, of course, thereafter to be good. Forgive me, dear, for landing here, it's just a mental quirk. I'm doing time for a life of crime, but I can't stand to work. I've got those why did I get me a mama's boy when I want to be daddy's girl blues. He wined me and he dined me nice as you'd please. I ended up a-shining his shoes. I thought that he would be good to me. I should have known I'd lose. I've got those why did I get me a mama's boy when I want to be a daddy's girl blues. He takes his other women all around the town, by ones and by twos. Like a little boy, he thinks that life was meant to amuse. He stays out all night, well that's all right. When he's gone, it's good news. I've got those why did I get me a mama's boy when I want to be a daddy's girl blues.